Bitcoin is the cheat code. And if all you want to do is buy Bitcoin, it's the cheat code because you can outperform Wall Street and you can outperform private equity and venture capital and all those things just buying Bitcoin. Mm-hmm. But not everybody is able to buy enough Bitcoin to really get the life that they want or set up their future generations the way they want. And if you really want to build wealth, then you have to build a system around the Bitcoin to grow it faster, just like Michael Saylor did. And so instead of trying to follow hustle culture, and Alex Hormozi is telling you just to work harder and grind harder and, don't stop and work your weekends, you're wasting, forget the hustle culture. And instead you have this asset base that is the cheat code. It is the most liquid, best compounding, returning asset that we have. And if we use it properly and smartly, we can grow our wealth much faster. We can achieve our goals. Most people could achieve, we'll call it retirement income, meaning replacing their income from working to asset-based in 5 years.
How much do you think people need to retire? Obviously depends on how old you are, but
that's a good question. So I think retirement's a scam. That's another fiat mindset.
What do you mean?
So what I mean is that most people are dreaming of 40 years. I'll have enough money where I can quit. I can live a life of leisure and my money will pay for me.
Yeah.
And I think that's a scam. That's a fiat system. And I can prove that in a sense by saying, or just asking a rhetorical question, why do all billionaires still work?
I mean, I think there's probably a multiple answers to that. Well, I think a lot of them get addicted to work.
It's because there's two types of people in the world. I talked about this when we opened. There's two types of people in the world. There's creators and there's consumers. Warren Buffett retired. Well, he stepped down from the head of the board at 93, right? I think it was 93, because he's just a creator. That's what he does. He just creates, and he just creates more than he consumes. The fiat mindset has turned us into consumers, right? But we're meant to be creators. I believe we're made in God's image. God is the creator. We're creators. We're meant to be creating. So what I think that what we should retire from, what we really want is not the freedom to not work. We want the freedom to work on what we want to work on.
Yeah, I agree with that. My ideal would be spend as much time with the family as I want and then pick and choose what work I do want to do.
Yeah.
That's the perfect scenario.
Pick and choose what you want to work on. And what happens as you know, right? As you've come up in life, as you've made more money, you start to want to solve bigger problems, right? I'm sure 10 years ago, you were kind of living hand to mouth and you were just thinking about how do I make a buck? But today you're like, how can I help the country of El Salvador? Right? You're thinking about bigger things. And so that's really the point that we should all get to and really push that value into the world.